Alright, you guys, welcome back to another video. So today I'm just making like kind of like a announcement video with some gameplay. But so recently, right? Oh god, this is a horrible spawn. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. I might have to make a new world. Yeah. I'm gonna have to make a new world. Oh my, that is horrible. But anyways, I'm sorry you guys, but that I could not do that. Okay, there we go. Finally, something with some food around. But like I was saying, I've been wanting an e-bike recently. Right, riding around in the summer. Yeah. But e-bikes are very expensive. I do not come from a family where we can just drop $1,000 on a random Tuesday on an e-bike, especially for me without working. So I've been working around the house, like for my grandma, cleaning her room, her bathroom, making her bed, cleaning her sheets, and for my mom, like grades, stuff like that. But recently, like they just they don't have jobs for me anymore. And so every time I find a job, like I don't know, hey, clean my car for me. It's either like 10 or 15. And that's like once like every 4 months or something. Um, so I was like, okay, this is gonna take too long for me to get anywhere with like that. So I was like, and you guys know I have a PC, and you guys also know I just got new PC parts, which means I have room for my old parts. And I was like, you know what? I'm I've had my eBay account for a long time before. I think I had it when I had a PC, but like besides that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna open up my eBay account again because the last time I used it was like summer of 2023, and I was like, you know what? I got old PC parts. They still work. I'm gonna try and sell those and get some money. Especially since PC parts aren't cheap. Okay, I could at least make like $40 off of some old parts because my old parts are like actually old parts, like released. None of them were released before I was born, but I was probably like 4 years old when one of them was released. So they're very old and outdated. And I was like, maybe I can list them for like $50, make some money, right? So, anyways, I've been doing that, and it's been going good. I've been making sales here and there. And at one point, right, um, my eBay wallet had went into debt, which means I owed eBay. I'm not even old enough for stuff like that, basically. But it was about $100 in debt at one point. I tried to sell a PC part for $30, and I know that's stupid on my end, but I didn't realize like my debt was just gonna eat that $30. So I basically just gave away my PC part, right? So yeah, it was a power supply. But apart from that, then here's the story. Like correlation to that. One day I just wake up, right? I go into eBay, see if anybody bought some stupid stuff that I was selling. Oh god! And I look onto my like my wallet, because I mean, why not? I see on there it says funds available, $433. I was like, what the? I didn't even sell anything, and then I went back. And so here's the story. So I think like when I first started saving for an e-bike, I was like, I have to sacrifice something. My Xbox, my PC, my gaming wheel, shit, even my shoes. I did sacrifice one of my shoes. Like one of those expensive things. So I was like, you know what? I have an Xbox already. I don't even need a PC and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice my PC. So I put my PC up for sale on eBay, and that was a long time ago. And then randomly one day at school, I was outside, so like we were having like a free day kind of in our class, and me and my friends asked our teacher, "Hey, can we stand out in the hall and just like do nothing?" It was like, as long as y'all don't do anything stupid, go ahead. And I pull out my phone, right? He's in the class, so we just had phone time basically. And we were just on our phones, and I see on there, I see a Gmail notification. That's always good, or sometimes good, sometimes bad. Right? I look on there, and I see you have made the sale for gaming computer, and I was like, what the hell? Because at that time, you know, I had listened to that PC like some months ago. At the time where I was willing to sacrifice it, but then I realized over time, I didn't want to sell it no more, and I just decided to grind my butt off, and so then I could have a PC and a bike. But I forgot to put the listing down, and he had brought it. I was like, ooh, I do not want to sell this. I didn't think my mom would really want me to do that either, since she didn't even know I did this. And so I was like, cancel the order. Right? I sent a cancel request. He accepted the request. And then I messaged him. I was like, yeah, sorry, man. I have to cancel this order. Made up a lie. I said, the PC just broke on me. And I was like, I can't sell this to you, obviously. I said, I'm going to have to cancel it. She was like, it's okay. But, may I ask when I'm going to get my refund? And I was like, what the heck? Refund? Like, I didn't text that, but in my mind, I said that. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'll get working on that shortly. Meanwhile, I was still there fucking sweating because I was like, refund. Mind you, I sold that PC for about $600. Okay? I had to, and so after like all the eBay tax, or no, it was like 530, I think he paid. After eBay tax, I had made only 490, right? Because any item that you sell for over 100 on eBay, they'll take a lot of tax from that. And so I was like, what the hell? And I couldn't even use the funds that I got because I didn't get them yet. So they're like, that means I had to go into my wallet, not eBay, my wallet, which I didn't even have like $20 in at the time. And I had to take money out of my wallet and refund it. I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I didn't have nowhere near $500. I didn't even have 100. So how the hell am I going to refund this shit? But at the time, I didn't know. I thought you could just press cancel and then cancel the order. eBay themselves refunds the guy, and then everything was good. No, I had to refund. I never knew that. And so, this is ass, which I already know it is. But anyways, I was like, oh shit. I was like, hey, my bank has been having bad problems recently. I was like, can you tell your bank like you file a dispute, and so your bank will give you your money back? He's like, okay, that makes sense. I was like, whew. Right. And so he didn't even know how to. It was probably a kid, but I told him how. He was like, okay, I'll try and do that. And then I asked him like every 2 days of the week. I was like, hey, just give your money back. He was like, no, maybe since it's the New Year's, because at this time, this was all happening during New Year's. But, no, maybe it's because it's the New Year's. I'll check Thursday. He checks Thursday. He said he didn't get it yet. I was like, oh shit. And then one random Monday, I asked him before I went to school. I was like, hey, did you ever get your money back? And he was like, oh yeah, I got it back this Sunday or something. He got it back, right? And I was like, oh my god, thank you. And so I was like, but I'm still greedy. I still wanted more. I still wanted that money. And I was like, wait. I thought of an idea. I said, if I just send him like a box with like I don't even know like nothing in it, or like a piece of paper saying good morning or some shit, would eBay still pay me? Because technically I did send him something, right? And so I asked the dude though, because you can't just do that, all right? Like that's just weird, and he'll be asking me a whole lot. Because asked him, hey, so eBay recently told me that if I don't send you anything, they're gonna terminate my account. A lie. He said, and so I asked him, can I just send you like a piece of paper in a box or something, so they don't terminate my account? And before I can even try and download or print out the label, because that was at night, so I just went to bed. I was like, okay, I'm gonna deal with all this shit in the morning. I wake up in the morning and I just see $433 available for payout, and I was like, what the fuck? My PC is still sitting in my room, alive and well. Nothing has been sold. What money am I making this from? I still don't know to this day. I don't know if he pressed on there or like if he said, "Oh, I got my package" or something. But I just see that I have made the money from the PC, and it's a win-win-win. Okay, I made money. I get to keep my PC, and then he got his money back. You know, and he was so understanding this whole time. I said, "I'm sorry, this is very sloppy on my end. I should have taken the listing down." But he was like, and I was like, hey, you can give me a bad review if you really feel like it. He was like, no, it's okay, I understand. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't really care about reviews, but still, you know? And so then, he had taken me out my debt. I was supposed to make about $500, but since I was like I was like $60 in debt, you know, that ate into the 400 a little bit, so it went down to like 420. But still, that's crazy. And so then I added that to my email. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I need this e-bike, right? And I just recently got some new PC parts. I'm a, you know, kind of open up a PC business. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna, shit, can't even speak. I'm gonna start PC Flip, which is still in effect right now. Which is, again, the reason why I'm making this video. I'll tell you guys that in a second. But I was like, wait, how much? I gotta get this shit wrapped up. But anyways, now I'm gonna start PC flipping, but I can't flip this PC. I have a 3050. It's kind of ugly, a little bit slow. The only thing that's carrying it is the power supply, the CPU, and the RAM. So you know what? So I end up putting a lot of my old PC parts up for sale, you know, for the e-bike. And then some of them, I can take that money into upgrading my own PC. And then I can, at the end, I can probably get my PC's value up to at least like 1,000. Sell that for 1,000. Build another PC which is better, or with cheaper parts, and sell that for 1,200, and you know, get some profit. And then at the end, if I make about like 2,000, which is kind of impossible, but it can happen, 1,000 towards a PC, 1,000 towards an e-bike. Come on. And I was like, you know what? Shit. Bet I'm gonna try this. So I had listed my graphics card and a whole lot of other stuff. And recently today, somebody bought it. But here's the thing. With my processor, you need a graphics card for it to work. I don't have a graphics card anymore. As the time you're watching this video, I'm not gonna have a PC working, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm willing to take that risk. I'm gonna buy a better graphics card, and then I'm gonna flip this PC hella up, right? And so yeah, that's where we are today. I'm not gonna be able to upload for like a month, probably. It's gonna take about 2 weeks for me to get the money, and then probably like another 2 weeks to get the thing So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a break. I've been taking breaks, obviously, but this is at least announced with a little bit of gameplay because I can't just leave off like that. Alright, so yeah, this is announced, not just a random leave on a random Tuesday. And so yeah, hope you guys like this. I know you guys don't really like watching Minecraft, but this is like the only game I can think of. So yeah, I'm gonna see you guys. I hope you guys have a good day. I'm gonna get this GPU packed up. I'm gonna see y'all later.